So you guys, you're not stuck. This video is about people feeling like they're stuck. You are not stuck if you don't want to be stuck. You are, right now, wherever you are, you can get up and go. Is somebody chaining you up? The people who are stuck are the people that's in jail. They're stuck because they're locked in. And even some of them, when they get outside, they find their way out. Even Harriet Tubman was not stuck. Even when all the other slaves were stuck, she found the way out. There's a will, there's a way. And if you are a believer in God, and if you have true trust and faith in God, you need to understand that you're never stuck nowhere. Everybody screams all this free will that we have, but when it comes time to exercise your free will, you're not exercising it. You give all these reasons and all of these things of why you're stuck in that situation. You don't have to be stuck in nothing you don't want to be stuck in. You don't have to be stuck in a relationship. You don't have to be stuck in a dead-end job. You don't have to be stuck in a state that you don't want to be in. You don't have to be stuck in a family that you no longer want to be in that brings you no peace. You don't have to be stuck anywhere. You're telling yourself that you have to be stuck. You're giving yourself excuses. Oh, I have these kids. Oh, all my family is here. All this, all that. You're not stuck. You're making yourself be stuck because you're scared of the unknown. You're moving off of fear. And if you're a believer in God and you're a follower of God, then you understand that you don't exercise fear. Fear don't live here. Fear cannot live within you. Because when you really trust God, if you trust God, you know that He got you. He's going to find a way. All He needs you to do is take that step. Take that step. And sometimes the first step is just quitting. Quitting that. Closing that door so He can open up a new one. Throw that old little bear away so He can give you a bigger one. I know y'all seen that picture, but I think it was a picture of Jesus, and he was holding he was holding a big bear behind his back, and the little child had a little bear. And they didn't want, the little child was, attached to the little bear, but not seeing that Jesus had a bigger bear behind him. Sometimes you're so afraid to give up something small, not knowing that there's something bigger on the other side. Okay, I still got another mile to go. You're not stuck, and I think that's the part that I love about me and that other people don't like about me, like family and stuff, because it's actually a part. I've learned that this impulsivity I have is a part of my BPD, but it works out for me. It has worked out for me. Yes, I've taken L's. I went homeless and everything, but everything that I was praying for and asking for, look, I'm in it now. Like everything, that freedom that I used to pray about when I used to be crying, working at that job that I used to work at, the house that I was manifesting, everything. I now have it through taking. The clouds look really interesting right now. Like, I don't know, something with my vision. It's just like, it's something that's like, it just looks interesting right now. Hold on, y'all. You never notice, it's so weird. Hold on. Do you guys see it? It's like lines coming down. Do y'all see what I'm seeing? Y'all see all the lines coming down? It's like a portal is opening up there. Do y'all see it? Here, the lines here, and it's like a ray. I don't know if you guys can see. I don't know. And it's interesting how we're moving, and the clouds are steady ahead of us. That's how you know it's just everything is like an illusion. It's we're not getting closer to those clouds, but we're moving forward that way. This is weird. I don't know, I just found that really interesting, especially because I was just doing a lot of reading, and so it's just interesting. But you are not stuck, and that's what I was about to say. So I think the impulsivity that comes along with having BPD, it works out in my favor, because I'm a risk taker. We are risk takers. We're going to take that risk. Sometimes it's very risky. We do very risky things. But it works out. It works out. And when you believe in God, you know that it will work out. Look at Harriet Tubman. She took a major risk. major risks that led her to freedom. It's like, if you want to be free, if you really want the freedom that you're saying that you want, I'm never gonna, and I'm just so mad that I left those books behind in my storage unit in Maryland, and then the storage unit got sold and everything, so I don't have those books. But I remember I used to pray, like I used to really write down, like, I can't believe, you know, doing the scripting that I told you I used to do, I can't believe, I used to write on it, I can't believe that I've created the life of my dreams, or I have the freedom to do what I want, you know. And I do, and I be saying it, it's like, as much sometimes as I get a little upset about my finances per se, it's like, but this is the life that you asked for, the freedom to be able to do what you want, you know. I can't make all the moves I want right now, obviously, because the money ain't all lining up, but overall, I do what I want. I spend time with my kids, we have our outings, I'm able to go wake up whatever time I feel like, you know, long as my daughter ain't have school and stuff, and even that, I get them handled, get them situated, and then the rest of the day, I'm free to do what I want. I can go walking for an hour if I want to, and go to the Walmart and go walk around. I can go to Home Goods. I can go to Marshalls. I can go to my stores if I want to. I can pick my kids up whenever I want to. I can pick them up early and go get ice cream and go to the park. Like, I can do all these things that I wanted to do that come with the lifestyle of freedom. Like, it's always been about freedom to me, and I love my freedom. Like, in 2 weeks, I decided that, okay, I don't want to live here in Maryland. I'm done with Maryland. Like, God told me to leave, and I'm leaving. In 2 weeks, everybody was looking at me like, where are you going? Like, I mean, are you really moving? Like, where are you gonna live when you go there? I'm like, I don't know. Like, do you have a place? No. Like, so you literally just, like, they couldn't believe, because she sold all her things, sold her car, and just left. Like, that's the type of faith that God wants you to have, though. He wants you to have faith in him. You're praying for things. You're praying and praying, but when he's trying to release you from the bondage that you're in, when he's trying to answer your prayers, you're scared to take that initial first step. You got to take the step. And sometimes the step involves leaving. Who cares what your religion said? Who cares about what your family got to say? Who cares about the image that society is going to look at you like you're this single mother? Like, who cares? My peace comes first. I crave peace. So if I crave peace, I'm not going to be around anybody that is not giving me that. You know, what made me like really do this video is because I'm watching Dr. Berg. And he mentioned that one of his clients, because Dr. Berg, you know, he give us a lot of health lessons on YouTube or whatever. And the video that popped up was the one about loose skin. And I suffer from loose skin with these jiggly arms I got. So... And during the video, he was talking about, you know, the ways that you know, fix loose skin fast. And it's about lowering your cortisol levels, you know, just certain things like with salt, increasing your potassium. But he was talking about the stress factor and getting sleep and stuff like that. So he was saying that one of his clients is in a, you know, he was like, one of people's main stresses be the relationships they're in, and the toxic relationships that they're stuck in. And one of his clients is stuck in a very toxic marriage, and she can't get out. And the guy, her husband, is unwilling to change or whatever like that. So it made me do this video. I'm like, why is she stuck? Like, why do people be stuck? I don't care what the situation is. People are so about money, and it's like, when you stop being worried about money, you realize that you can do whatever you want to do. The money gonna come back to you, and when you really trust in God, he gonna provide for you. He gonna provide for you. Right now, I don't know where my next dollar gonna come from. I don't know, but I know God gonna show up, because I mean, I've been on this for this whole past year, really for the past 3 years, since 2020 when I quit my job. I have been pregnant, not working, and God has constantly sent money, sometimes lump sums, like literally he sends it. I don't have to do anything. And it's like, when you really put your faith in God and you really trust God, you understand that you are never stuck in nothing. Like, he really gave us free will. Exercise it. Exercise it. You have the free will to do whatever else you want to do. Why don't you have the free will to get out of that situation that you're stuck in? Why don't you have the power to leave that toxic relationship if that's what you want to do? Why can't you leave that job? Because you're worried about your bills. You're worried about what your friends and family's going to say by you now, you know, not having the job, and you might lose your house. People are so afraid to lose things. not knowing that the other things that you've been praying for is on the other side. You got to give up something to gain something. You can't get something for nothing. So depending on what you're praying, I should just park back there. They took off spot, so no, I'm at the park right handicap. Hold on. So depending on what you're praying for, you might have to give up something. You're going to have to make a sacrifice. You're going to have to be obedient to God and do what he's telling you to do. You're going to have to do that. And I didn't want to give up my comfort in my apartment and all of that stuff that I gave up leaving from Maryland. I didn't want to give all of that stuff up, but I knew that on the other side was what I really wanted. I'm walking in a purpose. I'm answering the call. Like, I'm doing so many other things that I never thought I would be doing. Yes, it's just the beginning, but it's only up from here. You know what I'm saying? And it's progress. For everything you think you're losing, you're going to gain 10 times more, just like Job did. For everything he lost, God blessed him double. So do you not think he's going to do the same for you? You got to really have faith. And as a believer, if you really a believer, and if you are following Christ and all of that y'all be preaching and saying and all of that, talk is cheap. You got to be about that action. Like I said in the video the other day, God is about that action. He is not just a man that his word is BS. Like, no, he is not a man that he shall lie. His word is bond. And if he say he got you, he got you. If he say to do something, he wants you to do it, and trust him. And trust him. You ain't stuck in nothing. You have the free will to do whatever it is that you want to do. Just do it. Like Nike, just do it. People be like, I don't know how you do this, and I just do it. I'm like, Nike, just do it. People be like, I don't know how you do stuff with those nails. I mean, it's nothing to it but to just do it. Like, what you mean? Just do it. Literally. Whatever it is you want to do, just do it. It's literally just that simple. Just start. Take the first step. Take the first step. You want a new job. Okay. Apply for a new one. Apply for several of them. You want to get out of a certain industry. Okay. Do it. Ask God for leadership with whatever the first step that you need to take. And whatever he tell you to do, just do it. No matter if it sounds crazy, if it seems like you don't qualify for it. No matter what all those things that you think you don't amount to do that, you do it. Be obedient. If he told you to do it, just do it. If he told you, shh, don't say too much. Don't. When you go to apply for this, leave that out. Don't be. Because sometimes y'all be want to be too truthful about stuff. And sometimes he wants you to just shh. You don't need to say all that. Sometimes you're saying too much. You don't need to give all of that. Just listen. He's going to, you're going to feel it. You're going to feel what you need to say, what you don't need to say. You're going to feel it. Just do it, though. Just do it. But I'm going to pick these kids up. So I'll see you on the next video. But you're not stuck, baby. You're not stuck. Just do it. Be a risk taker. To get things in life, you have to be a risk taker. You're risking your life every day. Every day. No matter, just with their whole relationship example. People think, oh, I'm stuck in this relationship and I can't leave, or this or that. Okay, you're also taking a risk of killing yourself by staying in it. Especially if they're really abusive, like physically abusive, you're taking a risk of killing yourself. You're taking a risk of your kids seeing their mom dead or the dad dead if you got an abusive wife. Because, that does happen out here too. You're taking the risk. You're taking the risk of slowly killing yourself from stress, because that's the #1 killer. Blood pressure, having high blood pressure. You're taking the risk of possibly going into having a stroke, stroking out because of the stress from the relationship, from the pressure of the relationship, from the pressure and stress of the job. Many people are killing themselves for a job. They don't care. As soon as you stroke out because of that job that you got to go take a cigarette break every 5 minutes for, because it's so stressful, and you're killing yourself for that job. Soon as you do kill yourself doing that because you're stressed about that job, soon as you go out of here and go on home to the Lord, guess what? Your position is going to be right up the same day, and it's going to be filled probably the same day. And they're going to pay that person more than they was paying you to be stressing over that position. So take the risk. You don't feel like you owe somebody something because of how much time you put into it, because you've been at this job for all these years. You don't know how you're going to prepare a resume now. You don't know how you're going to get money to get out of the situation. There's homeless shelters out here. You really got to, and honestly, that's what I was talking to I was talking to the girl at the park yesterday. And she was like, the only way you get help is if you hit rock bottom. I said, baby, who you telling? Because when I was making my money, when I was making my little income and stuff, when I had my job, when I was working all my OT, I ain't getting no help. I ain't getting no help. It wasn't until I got to the shelter I got all the help. I finally was able to get some daycare. Finally able to get into a nice area. Well, I feel like I was kind of in like a nice little, a cool little area when I was in Maryland, whatever. But you know, and even when I moved to Houston. But at the end of the day, it wasn't until I hit rock bottom when I got some help. Sometimes you need help, and it's not from the person that's causing you all the stress. Like, people be saying all of this about people that's on government assistance and all that. Yeah, I'm going to use the help. I'm going to take the help from them. If I have to choose dealing with the government and dealing with my toxic family just to get help and have them beating me up with words, verbally abusing me, physically, mentally abusing me just because I got to get their help and feel like an IOU, I'd rather get the help from the government because they're not going to be nagging me. They might have their requirements and I can do that. I ain't got to talk to them all the time. I ain't got to see them all the time. I got my 1 year yearly renewal that I might have to do. I might have to meet with you once a month or whatever it is. But I'd rather have that than to have somebody nitpicking me all the time because you feel like, oh, I had to come save you and your children and give you a place to stay. Now you got to come here and be treated like this. No, so I'd rather be at the homeless shelter when nobody's bothering me. They, you know, do they little irritating little room checks or whatever. But overall, I ain't got to worry about getting no backlash from a family member because they feel like I owe them something or I need to be, you know, just, you know how it is when you're dealing with certain folks and they feel like because they helping you out, now you owe them. Now it's an IOU. The government ain't got no IOU. Once I'm done with this and once I start making my own money, they ain't gonna say, all right, you need to pay me back now for all the help that I done given you. I ain't gotta pay these people back. Only thing I'm gonna have to do is pay some dang on taxes. That's it. And even with that, we figuring out that little loophole for the business tip when it gets to that point, you know. But I think that's Noah's mom. She's so cute. And her dad, they make a cute couple. Noah's mom and his dad, they are so cute. They make a cute couple, actually. Okay, who is that? Okay, never seen her little butt. She cute or whatever. But let me go ahead and get these kids, y'all. So I see y'all.